It is Rachel and John, your Jagoff Late Night, and we are back again at Papa J's. The cool thing is we were supposed to be here last week, and
what happened?
But they were closed because they're nice enough to give their employees a day off.
Right.
So we decided to go.
And we heckled them and said, "Wait, we thought we were coming here."
Right, but we're back
okay.
here because the food is unbelievable.
Yep.
The fact that you could come here and sit down and have a great dinner, have a party, as well as walk in, get walking food, walk around the street, as well as sit down and go to the bar and have a couple of cocktails.
Oh, that was good.
For a very long happy hour from 12 to 5.
Oh.
Right? It's 12 to 5. So,
What?
all right.
You have a 12 to 5 happy hour?
Yeah, so we
Right.
have a 12 to 5 happy hour, and then on top of that, we also do like half off wine and beer. So yeah, if you want to come to the bar,
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's
That
what
voice?
we're doing right now. It's Mombwe and Zach. They work the bar here. But is there anything other housekeeping issues? We know follow, subscribe to us on the podcast on YouTube. We'd appreciate that. And there's going to be a special episode coming up of the not your average holiday parade, your Jagoff parade, which is next week.
Can't wait.
From here. All right.
Listen, you cut right into this great voice.
Right. All right. So I'll let you eat because I did eat prior to this.
Right.
The chicken here is unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
All the food is unbelievable here. But all right, Zach, Mombwe, we're in the holiday season. First of all, what's like the hot drink this year? You know, we're so used to people doing this thing with the copper cup and has to have all that. Is there any special drinks like that right now?
Well, the number one special drink right now is the espresso martini, and our espresso martini has been deemed special, and a lot of people say that's
Is
really
that right?
Yeah.
What's the reason? What do you do that's different? Because I love them,
fresh
and they are very
espresso.
good.
Oh, okay.
Yep, fresh espresso definitely makes a big difference.
When in an Italian place, drink the Italian coffee, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's
Okay.
it.
Well, that's-
And for
Zach,
you
anything
Gingers,
when
it's
you're-
not espresso, it's espresso.
S.
Right. Zach, go for it.
Yeah, our espresso martini is really, really popular. We've been making a ton of Hugo Spritzes, which is nice. I guess that's kind of switching from Aperol to Hugo Spritzes right now.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's probably what I make the most of. Also, something we kind of only have here is Black Manhattan, right? So
Wait, what's that?
So bourbon, and then instead of using sweet vermouth, we're going to use Amaro, right? So specifically a Verna, and it's different, right? It actually doesn't really taste like Manhattan at all, but it's very good. I really like it. Yeah.
Wait, Mom Boy wants to say it. Go ahead.
Fun fact. So I had somebody order a Manhattan and then like had it sent back to the bar because it was too sweet.
Oh, is that right?
So it's a sweeter.
Well, they wanted a Manhattan. It's supposed to be sweet.
Sure.
Actual Manhattan
Okay.
is sweet. Yeah. But on top of that, I also wanted to say that we also do a spicy Negroni, which is really good. That's also Zach's idea. His.
Do you guys like get together at the bar and say, let's mix this with this and let's see what
Yeah.
happens here? Or do we go with sort of some standard recipes?
So basically, we switched it over now. We have 10 cocktails that were just the best sellers, things that people asked for. And then every day we do like a featured drink, right? So it's a good way for me to show him like a new drink, or if he finds something. And it works really well. Today it's a $12 surprise, so it's $12 and it's whatever I feel like making you. And we do that every once in a while when we
How do we get home after that?
I call that
it's,
Tuesday.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, an excuse to make a grasshopper or something like that that I haven't made in forever.
How about limoncello? Is that on the list here?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Very much so.
I found out a limoncello spritz is something.
Did you make them for Thanksgiving?
I made them for Thanksgiving, yeah.
So what's in a limoncello spritz?
It is.
I love that the tables are turning.
Here it
Go
is.
ahead.
Limoncello for sure. Prosecco, mainly Prosecco.
Yeah.
A little bit of soda water, and then a leaf of basil, and scrunched up, and then a lemon on the top of the ring.
So are we doing limoncello spritzes tomorrow? What are we thinking?
I'm here. All right, I'm here. Whatever date this
You have to
is, I'm here
scrunch
the
it
next
up.
day.
John said scrunch it.
Yeah.
Right.
We can make it happen. We have a lot of
bartending
basil
version.
back there. We can make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Is there such a thing? Because we're not, aficionados, so to speak, when it comes to drinks. Is there a winter drink or something that you say, well, that's more common at this time, or is that just for wines and beers?
That's a good question, actually. I mean, I definitely sell.
Zach, you're killing
well,
me.
I know, right?
Can't tell her it's a good question. You
yeah,
got to get me one.
Now
of
you're
those
done
too.
for.
My wife,
Next
I
time.
got it.
We'll see.
I think there's definitely things that are summer drinks, right?
Sure.
Winter drinks, besides the espresso martini, I do more bourbons, right?
Okay.
More bourbons like that. A lot of old fashions, things along those lines. What are you thinking? Is there something else we sell more in the winter? I want to make.
I want to say what I like to do, like during this time, or rather, what I noticed a lot of people like to do is like they want to have a lot of like gelato drinks, but because they can't have the gelato like by itself because it's too cold. Yeah, so I would say like a sorbet mojito is really good. So replacing the lime juice with lime sorbet, and then like just like mixing that up.
How about that? There's flies.
Just
Food's flying around.
Zach wanted a pepper.
Yeah.
Zach wanted a pepper. Yeah, there you go. So, right. And that makes sense because for anyone who doesn't know, Papa J's is so known for their gelato. So people come in off the street, you have an area that you literally can come through the door and just get the gelato.
Yes.
So if that's something that you want to keep doing, because we need ice cream and gelato year round, in my opinion, because it is so cold here and so dreary, you need something to perk you up. Yeah. You're saying kind of balance it out.
Yeah, kind of balance it out with a little bit of, for example, the sorbet mojito has it has, of course, vodka, rum in it, and lime sorbet, and you get to do a little bit of mint, and you top it off with some soda water, and just like give it a good shake and whatnot. It's amazing.
This is like a good little quiz for you. I'm finding out like what you remember.
Yeah, like the bartender.
This is good. I'm looking at him. I'm going.
Here's my quiz for you guys. Like when you go home, do you have a drink and is it complicated, or you go like, is that like the mailman going home and go out for a walk? You just don't do it. You just have a beer.
I drink Icy Light and like a shot of Fernet's, like exclusively.
Yeah.
Are you from Pittsburgh?
No, I actually I'm a transplant. I've been here for about 10 years.
Okay.
But
How long?
like exclusively that.
Okay.
I grew up in Connecticut. I moved here in 2016,
10 years, you
2015.
said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what brought you here? Teaching?
Oh, I went to school. Yeah, I went to school down here, down at Duquesne. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I've always worked in restaurants.
Okay.
And, so this worked out really well for me. So I do this at night, all that.
What do you do for your casual
Oh,
drink?
I love this. Oh, casual drink, and then tell us what you do.
Oh yeah, so my casual drink would just be like either a shot of like Jameson or Maker's Mark, and then I'll just do like a little bit of ginger beer in that, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. Yeah. What I do is on part time I do stand-up comedy. I mean, I say part-time. I say every time I leave work, I'm always going to open mic.
Open mic.
Yeah. And,
Here's what I think we should do is start an open mic night here. Don't tell Michael. We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it on a Sunday night when he's not here.
Right.
Yeah. And
just
like,
get the keys one night out of his truck.
He'll never know.
He would never know.
Jim is cool with me. Jim's a manager. He's super cool. I'll just tell Jim, hey, we're having a little open mic in the back.
Listen, before we go, we have to ask you the
MC
Rohrich Honda question of the day. Rohrich Honda question of the day. Because we have a special guest here, what band would you like to see, keyword, live? What band would you like to see live? Go for it.
Sleep Token, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And?
All right, so I don't really listen to like a lot of bands, but I guess I'll go 21 Pilots because I've been a long-term fan.
All right.
I've been a long-term fan.
All right. Go. You want me to do it? Are you good?
You're good.
No, you're good. You had food in. I didn't know.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure if you are looking to book your holiday party, come here. 2 amazing bartenders. Come to Papa J's, and we're throwing it to People's Gas, right? We're going to locate the locator. It's John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night. It's John and Rachel. Welcome back to You Jagoff Late Night, back at Papa J's. If you have not been here for your holiday party, no worries. Just come eat. Right. Just enjoy the happy hour from 12 to 5. Who in the heck does that? And they actually do a drink. $12, it's whatever you want. We're not over that yet.
Bartender's choice or whatever.
Bartender's choice.
Love it.
Speaking of choices, we have had the choice of having Boaz Frankel on for, I think we've asked 3 or 4 times, and he very politely has said, I cannot because you guys podcast on every day that I work, because you're constantly working. We finally got you on one day off, and we are so happy to finally welcome you. Thank you for joining us.
Well, I'm so happy to finally be here. I felt so left out. All my colleagues and coworkers were on the show, and now finally I'm here.
So your colleagues at KDKA-TV, we know you're from there and over at Next Pittsburgh, but Boaz, what brought you to Pittsburgh? And,
Great question.
Just talk about that for a minute.
Honestly,
I'm being joined
I was just going to say.
Here we go. Yes.
So fun. Yeah.
Boaz Jr.
Oh my God.
So what brought I was really into this mic. So honestly, we came to Pittsburgh so randomly. I don't know if you're going to hear little fingers on the mic or not, but okay. We were living in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. My wife and I, we'd moved there for Brooke's job, and we sort of needed to move back to the U.S. for work, and we were like, well, let's just try a new city, and we'd been hearing good things about Pittsburgh, and we visited, and we were like, oh, this is really cool. And it's funny, when I came to visit, I reached out to a couple people, and I got coffee with Rick Seaback,
of
who
course.
was so kind.
Right.
And then I grabbed coffee with David Highfield, who ended up being my colleague years later. This was a year before we moved. And I was like, everyone's so nice. There's cool media here. This place is great. I remember everyone was so friendly. I remember one time we were walking through East Liberty, and we're looking for Trader Joe's because we were that was one thing we missed when we lived in Europe.
Sure.
Yeah, Aviv agrees. And there was a man running by, panting heavily as though he was in the middle of a marathon. He's like, you look like you're lost. Can I help you find something? And he pointed us to Trader Joe's. We were just so shocked how nice everyone was. We were like, let's move to Pittsburgh.
And did we disappoint, or did it stay that way?
Everyone's still super nice. We love it.
And how long have you been here now?
Almost 7 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
that went so quickly.
Yeah.
7 makes a Yinzer card.
It definitely does.
think so.
Is
Thank
it
you.
home at this point for you guys, or is that
Well,
still?
we own a house here, but I don't know. We might be
Right.
movers. There might be some other cities, but we're always going to
you
have a
love
leg
it.
in Pittsburgh. He dropped his pizza. He's
And
devastated because
the
he
reason
loves
that I
steak.
ask
Bring in-
is welcome, Brooke.
Bring in the stunt parent.
The reason that I ask is because you, in a very short time, have really made your mark in Pittsburgh, whereas Pittsburgh has really embraced you in the way that you are so exploratory. Is that a fair word? Because were you always curious, Nebby, wanting to kind of look behind everything? Was that always your nature?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, I always, and looking at why is that building condemned? What's behind that fence? I wonder what their garden looks like. It's
Sure.
what kind of dog is that? So I feel like I always am just curious about the different things I see, and it feels like I found these places here in town with Yinzer Backstage Pass on Next Pittsburgh and the
Sure.
stories I do on PTL and Talk that sort of let me answer those questions. And now I sort of, I'm not asking for a random reason. I'm like, you'll be on TV if you tell me. So, I sort of can get in there and they'll bring me to the top of the U.S. Steel Tower. They'll show me what's in the basement, or they'll invite me into their private garden.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing what people will do? In Pittsburgh, people love to show off their stuff.
Yeah.
They're proud of their stuff. It's so
Absolutely.
interesting. Now, as a kid, were you this kind of very inquisitive, or did you grow into this, just kind of
Where
curious?
did this come from? Yeah.
I've always had obscure interest in being really deep into things. I remember being really into the Muppets, and so I wrote letters until I met Cheryl Henson, Jim Henson's daughter, and then got to go visit the workshop in New York on a trip. I convinced my dad to take me. So I was always really interested and sort of obsessed with things and wanting to sort of dig a little deeper.
And
Nice.
speaking of obsessions, I'll jump right to it. You created a polka of
Yeah.
uniqueness. And so you're obsessed with mascots. Here's where it's funny. I think that you are so clever, and I love your interviewing. I hate mascots.
Oh.
It's the
A
one
lot of
thing
people
we're
do.
not on the same page. What did you say?
A lot of people do.
Oh,
A lot of
okay.
people get uncomfortable with a
It's
human
different.
in a fuzzy suit.
I don't know if it's even that. I maybe that's
Or
it.
you just
but-
don't know who you're interacting with.
Sure,
You
sure.
don't know who's in there. It's maybe it's your enemy from third
Right.
grade is in there, and they're going to
Cursing
play
me.
a trick on you. I don't know.
Yes. And so what?
Great take on it.
What
Holy
makes you
smokes.
like them so much? What's that?
Well, I think honestly, I've always loved the Muppets, and I think it's something there. There's
Sure.
this big, fun, lovable character. I played a mascot a couple times when I was in high school.
Okay.
And I loved sort of the anonymity, and you sort of feel a little looser in there. You
Yeah.
dance a little freer. You're ready
Okay.
to hug and high five and do silly things, and there's something magical about that. And I think a person who's really good at it is they can,
That's a good point.
the pirate parrot. The guy inside there, with a little look and a gesture, he can really communicate so much.
Yes.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Without a voice, yeah. Now, do you know this little tidbit? Greg Brown. You know Greg Brown, the Pirates broadcaster?
Oh, yeah.
He did not get hired. He wanted to be the pirate parrot, and
What?
it did not get hired. They kicked him out.
That's
and
crazy.
Then,
John's
he always
obsessed with
wanted to
Greg
be
Brown, yeah.
involved in the Pirates, and here he is as the Pirates broadcaster.
Wow.
So he didn't get that entry-level job, but sure enough, he became the Pirates broadcaster. So
Gosh.
I think it
When
would be
you
interesting.
Missed out on the pretty big opportunity there, I'd say.
I think that's the challenge, is to get him into the pirate parrot costume
Yeah.
now and see what he could do and give him the challenge. Yeah.
I also
gosh.
understand that another thing we have in common, but I know that you're much better at, is planting. You're a great
Yes.
plant parent.
Yeah.
What is that like, and where did that start?
Well, I'd always loved plants, and until, we bought a house in Pittsburgh, I'd only lived in an apartment, so I just had a lot of house plants. But when we moved here, I did the Master Gardener program at Phipps, and that sort of blew my mind.
Okay, and that was just on a whim, wanting to kind of try it, or you were...
Yeah, I'd always been interested. We moved to Pittsburgh, and I was like, this will be a cool way to meet other people who like plants. And then I just got in deep, and now I volunteer there every week, and I start leading these after-hour tours there, which I do about every other month or so. And I just, our house was all lawn when we moved in, and now there's pretty much one 6 foot by 4 foot section of lawn, and everything else is like native plants and shrubs and trees and all sorts of stuff, and it's like this wildlife wonderland.
That leads to a question that we did, question of the day on one of our podcasts in the summer, is do you plant for food or plant for pleasure? So do you have both?
That's a good question.
I have both. Yeah, absolutely. So I have, in the back, there's a ton of flowers, and it's sort of like this cottage garden, but I also have a veggie garden. So, there's a lot of flowers and color, and even the structure now, the snow's covering it, and it's really beautiful. But then I also have tomatoes and potatoes and all sorts of herbs and peppers and, cucumbers and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Did you find something to be difficult to grow or something that you love to grow? Either way.
I feels like it's always a collaboration with the weather and the soil and what, the chipmunk who's hanging out back there. So you never know. So it's like some years I'll have like 1 million cucumbers and some years I'll have 0 cucumbers.
Sure.
So, every year there's some things that don't thrive and every year some things surprise you.
Speaking of things growing, talk about your special guest here.
Yeah, well, Aviv is almost a year and a half. He's like, and he really wants to talk. I feels like he could be on the podcast and he'd be ready to fill the space with sounds, but none of them would be actual words yet.
Right.
But he's ready to point and try to relate to people, and it feels like he's on the brink of talking and obviously running around a lot and loving the pizza here.
And isn't that the best role ever, no matter what you've done, is being a parent, right? It is such a gratifying and amazing thing to watch another human.
It is. Yeah, nights he sleeps, it really feels good.
And we talked about that the other days. Yeah, my kids never slept. All right, so, Boaz, we have to tell everybody where to find you and all those kind of things.
I brought something for the junk drawer. Is it too late?
No, we're going to do that. But before we could do any of that stuff, you have to answer our question of the day.
Deal.
So our Rohrich Honda question today is very easy today. What band will you no doubt at any cost go see live?
Well, here's what I'd like to see: the Electric Mayhem, which is the Muppet band.
Okay.
They've only done like 1 or 2 shows ever. And it's
an
obviously
Animal on drums.
Yeah, Animal on drums. Yes. Exactly. Dr. Teeth, Floyd, Zoot, the whole gang.
Yeah.
Of course, you know all of that.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
That.
That's a good answer. Okay. And then we need to know, what is the junk drawer item that you have given us?
I couldn't decide.
This is going to be good because you have such a...
Obviously, I brought a kazoo from the Kazoo Museum.
Of course you did, yes.
And from one of my last ventures, I was looking through random stuff I had. I used to have a talk show built into a bicycle, the pedal-powered talk show.
Okay.
And would ride it all around. This is when I lived in Portland, Oregon. And so I found I still had these pedal-powered talk show little pins, and I brought one for each.
It is so kind of you that you brought one for each of us, because we get a little bit funny.
I find one
oh,
of these.
Boy. John's not getting the kazoo. Boaz, you are just truly a gem, and our city is so lucky to have you. Thank you so much. Where can everybody find you and follow you?
Oh, gosh. Just Google me. I don't know. Do whatever. Just watch us on KDKA. Watch on Next Pittsburgh.
Right?
Yeah, BOAZ. And I'll tell you one thing. This brings it all together. I'm hosting Muppet Trivia before a screening of Muppet Christmas Carol at Row House in Hollywood. I think it's December 18th.
That is so clever. I love that. Okay.
I think
so
we're
you
all
guys
there.
need
Everybody's
to be there.
nodding over by the window.
And there's some nods.
It's sort of a random thing that just got confirmed.
That is such a cool thing. Yeah, you need to pass it along. Boaz, thank you so much. It's John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night.
UPMC Health Plan has helped support my health by simply being available. And I can reach out to a real person and get an immediate answer and not have to worry about a wait time. Coming from a life without having any insurance is a chaotic one, and it's a stressful one, and knowing that I have it is just a tremendous piece of support to have. I would absolutely recommend UPMC Health Plan to others because the ease of use, the immediacy, the availability, and those mobile apps which make my busy life a lot easier.
John and Rachel back, you Jagoff Late Night. The one thing Pittsburghers love to do is complain about their sports teams or their coaches. But the second most thing they like to do is laugh at each other. And our next guest helps us do that on a daily basis. As I throw it to you with a mouthful of pizza, right? So Marla, welcome to you, Jagoff.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thank you for having me.
coming from. Are you undercover? Like people know who you are?
I have my personal Instagram tagged on there, but I'm not an influencer. Like, I don't put my face on it a whole bunch if I can help it.
Okay. Well, here we go. Here we are. Everybody take a screenshot of this. Yes.
Pittsburgh Personified is absolutely hysterical. And what's funny is on Instagram about 2 years ago, I reached out to you and you were like, sure. And then life went on and we didn't communicate. And then we saw you again at the airport when we got to kind of check it all out while things were happening. And we saw how much growth you had. People were really enjoying that. How did that happen? Because I'm sure it started out as sort of like a hobby. You did if I'm not mistaken, you were first known for the Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Like Pittsburgh and different cities kind of meme.
Yeah.
And then it just grew from there.
Right. If you remember, it was 2019.
Okay.
I had actually just started a new job. And you know how sometimes when you start a new job, you're not always super busy. So on my lunch break, I made this Bill Murray meme where it was Bill Murray in different movies and equated it to different Pittsburgh neighborhoods. And I just shared it on my personal Facebook page. And I think it got like 2,000 likes and like a couple thousand shares. And it was just really, people loved it. And people commented and they were like, do one with Jeff Goldblum, do one with Michael Keaton and all the Pittsburgh people. And then it was like, do one with Britney Spears. And people started making their own and sending them to me. And, so then I decided I'd, create an Instagram page to kind of house all these. And that was kind of like the birth of Pittsburgh Personified. And then when it really took off was during COVID. I lived by myself at the time, so I was kind of just doing it to make myself laugh. I think I hit 10,000 followers maybe the summer of 2020. And then that was kind of like, oh, people really like this. It's not just something to, make myself laugh anymore. So it's crazy. It's gotten so big.
Yeah. So when you go out and did people know who you were? Like when you go to your friends, did they know this was you? Or and my next question is going to be like, do they all think you're pretty funny at parties? Or are you this silent, quiet person, this silent, funny person?
I think I can have some zingers at parties.
Yeah.
I like to talk. I'm definitely a yapper.
Okay.
But I'm not I'm not a performer.
Okay.
I don't like the thought of performing in front of people kind of gives me anxiety and like having to be funny in that way. But I love doing things to make people laugh. So I think like the meme page is a perfect outlet for that.
Do you have time to write it, think it through, post it, edit it, that kind of thing?
And I can show it to a few people and be like, hey, is this funny? And,
Now, when it started to come out that who you were, did some of your friends go, what? Like in a Pittsburgh way? Nah.
My close friends kind of have known that I'm the one that does it ever since I started it. But what's really fun is like when I meet new people and it kind of comes up in conversation like, oh, I run this meme page. And they're like, oh, really? Which one? And I'll say Pittsburgh Personified. And they're like, no way, you're Pittsburgh Personified. And so often people will say like, I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity. And I'm like, that's like, I'm not a celebrity, but I'm not the page. But it's funny getting that reaction.
I love that you started so organically. And is that still the sequence of how you get your material? Like people are telling you do this, or are you sort of just riffing off of trending things?
I'm mostly riffed off of trending things. I really like using like pop culture moments, and kind of like trying to make them Pittsburgh in some way. People will send me things that I'll post sometimes. Really, it's mostly just me coming up with ideas. But I do like, if someone shares something with me and I like it, I'll throw it on the page or throw it in a story or something.
Right. Mm-hmm. Does it give you balance? Because we know in your real life, you're working in the nonprofit world. Mm-hmm. So does that sort of help you to kind of balance out? Nonprofit is not an easy sector.
Right. Yeah, no, it's totally. So I work in my real job, it's an addiction research and education institute. So it's a little less, fun. So this is a nice like creative outlet for fun content, where in my day-to-day job I'm doing communications more for, it's kind of definitely not laugh factory there.
Sure.
Yeah. Is there something you said, oh, this is trending and they need to post it? And thank you to Michaela for this. Is there something that you said, oh, I have to post this, but I don't want to, because I don't really want to, but all right, I have to. Not because it was hurting somebody, but more so like it was almost something like a sacred cow to you. And you're like, wait, everybody's making fun of it. I've got to get
Oh, like you were protecting
Yeah.
it. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So things that I try to stay away from, and I don't post it. Like, people will send me pictures sometimes of like people downtown who might be having like a bad day, you know, and people will send it and be like, this is really funny. And it's like, it might look funny, but it's like, you know, that person is probably having
You're paying
one of the
attention
worst
to
days of their
context.
life.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, and I think maybe I might have like shared something like that early on and rethought it, thinking like, this is not, you know, this isn't a good thing to laugh at.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe the biggest thing.
So you make sure it's just always a lighthearted part of it all.
Right. Yeah. Not, I don't want to punch down, I guess is the thing.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
Like,
right.
Well, we can laugh at like, I like when Yinzers collectively can laugh at each other.
Yeah.
Like, we're not picking on someone that can't fight back, I guess.
Are you currently picking on any of the Steeler things going on there?
Well, I haven't really like picked on Mike Tomlin yet, but I think that's coming for sure. I just did a post that was
that's Mike Tomlin's kid in the background. Talking about picking on.
I just did what's the best place to go to the bathroom #2 in Pittsburgh, and so many people responded and said, well, it's the Steelers taking a dump on Fisher Mighty on.
Oh my gosh.
So that was
they're like lighting up. Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, with the amount of money the Steelers and Mike Tomlin are making, I think they can
it's
can
okay.
take
They can take it ribbing. Yeah. All right, we have so many things to ask you, but so many important things how to find you. I think mostly everybody knows that, but do you know you have to answer our Rohrich Honda question of the day?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard it in the wings here?
Yes, I have.
All right.
But
so our Rohrich Honda question of the day is, what band would you, no doubt, any money in the world, you would definitely go see live?
It's Lady Gaga.
Oh, really?
I've already seen her 4
one.
times in my life.
Like you travel.
Yeah. I just went to Miami this year to see her on her Mayhem tour.
Okay.
And I'm a little ashamed of how much I spent to see her, but it was worth it.
Is she memeable?
Oh yeah, she's memeable. You know, maybe that's my sacred cow because I haven't memed her so much. Actually, that's a lie. I did meme her.
That was such a good question, Rach.
I memed her.
Neither of them were saying it.
At the her and Ariana Grande were seated next together at the VMAs, and I did a meme of that. I don't remember specifically what the captions were, but I've memed Gaga.
Okay. All right. And I had one more question before you went to the Rohrich Honda, but you live in Bloomfield.
Yes, I do.
What is something that is easy to meme in Bloomfield?
Well, meming Pittsburgh in general is fun because there's just so many weird, like, quirky things that happen, and I feel like Bloomfield specifically has weird, quirky things. So Little Italy Days is a big thing that comes to mind. It's a very contentious, you know.
Yes.
I feel like people that actually live in Bloomfield hate it, but people in the city, outside the city, really love Little Italy Days. So it's a really fun thing to meme. And then like there's like weird graffiti in Bloomfield. I don't know if you remember, it was during COVID. Somebody next to the Little Italy sign wrote Garlic World. Like they tagged Garlic World on the barrier by the Shop and Save there. And it's just like weird things like that I love to, you know.
Gotta love it.
Like in Garlic World, that's been a thing for 5 years now, and it sticks.
Gotta love our neighborhoods. Thank you so much. Where can everybody find you and follow you?
So on Instagram, I am at Pittsburgh Personified. I'm also on Facebook, trying to be more present there as well, not just Instagram. So I'm also on Etsy. I have some merch, all designs I've done myself that are, you know, Pittsburgh centric. And I did have something to bring for your junk drawer, but I left it at home. It was a sticker. That's a design that I've done, and it's
I love it. No, we're gonna get a secret
Yeah.
You need to mail it.
So I'm going to send it to you.
Right.
I don't. Do you
Okay.
want me to tell you what it is, or do you want it to be a surprise?
I want to be surprised because
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
show
be
it.
surprised. We'll put it up on Instagram and then we'll tag you in it.
I'll have to get your mailing.
We will do it.
And
We
we'll put up a
appreciate
bunch
you.
of faces of how we are when we read it.
Okay.
There you go. You can meme us. It's John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night.
I just feel like everyone should have a therapist. Not your best friend, not your mom, not your cousin, sister, aunt.
The joke in OB-GYN, I hate to say it, is like the longer your birth plan, the longer your C-section scar. Like, it's not going to go well for you. Yeah.
I'm okay.
You two ladies, don't tell me you don't care. No, I actually have a very strong opinion on this. Okay, I answered this question multiple times in the past few days. My family knows that I hate tomatoes.
It's John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night, and we are so excited to be joined by live from the city. Is that why you were having
That's
the
why
question
we
of
have
the
our
day?
question of the day, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the
No
show.
worries, dude. No worries.
We have been big fans since we met you 5 years ago when you were, how old are you?
I'm
Should I even-
31 now, so
That baby face.
Yeah.
I thought you were like 20. I was
No,
I
yes,
knew you
I
when you
was-
were a teenager.
yeah, so I was probably 20, 26,
20-something.
27
Okay.
around that time.
So
yeah.
we had the honor of meeting you, and we were still doing the Bridging the Gap series with Byron and my
Yeah.
dad, and it was so much fun to actually see you, not just starting out because you had been performing, but really coming into what you do well. And I remember my dad saying, I'm not a huge rap enthusiast, but listening to what you did on the spot to him was just true magic.
Thank you. That was a really beautiful moment. So
was.
yeah, because I don't know how many people know this, but Byron Nash is actually my cousin.
Yes, I knew that.
Oh,
We're
okay.
friends-
I did
yeah,
not
we're-
know
we're
that.
friends.
Okay.
We didn't know. Me and Byron didn't know
What?
until we met at like Barrel and Flow a couple years back.
Okay.
And there's only so many people from a certain part of Pittsburgh that have the last name Nash.
Okay.
My mom,
Yeah,
of
right.
course, was like, "Oh, you got to be our cousin," and sure enough,
How about
we're
that?
actually
About
cousins.
that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
What
so
a
it's like a
small
full
world.
circle family.
So the musical
gathering.
talent is, obviously running in the fam.
Yeah, I guess so. Because my grandmother actually sang operatic gospel.
Oh, wow.
Back in like the '60s and
Here in the Pittsburgh area?
Yeah,
Okay.
Macedonia Baptist Church. I rap and make beats, so
Yes.
it's all somewhere. It's all
Yes,
somewhere.
for sure.
Yeah.
And so talk us through a little bit of your journey. So how did you start out? Why
man.
did you start out? And where are you today?
Oh, so I started making music when I was probably about 15 or 16 years old. A friend of mine helped me get music making software on my home computer, and I just kind of honed in my craft from there. Writing songs, making beats, doing those different things, and I just kind of kept at it, and it kind of really became a passion in my life. Probably around like the time of 19 or 20. That's when I joined One Hood Media, and Jasiri X and Paradise Gray. They were like two of my first real mentors, and they helped expose me to a lot of the hip hop culture and different things like that. Then I got an opportunity to be a teaching artist as well. So, and I always believe that the best thing you can do as a teacher is to always be a student. So not only am I teaching people, but I'm learning things and different avenues and different ways of thinking about it as well. And then I branched off. It got me here. I joined with my friend Jordan Montgomery, Java Wild Black Records, and we're here today. Independent record label.
What did you learn when you went to One Hood Media? You said you learned, and you're always a student, but did you learn to mix beats? Did you learn to understand the music, the lyrics, or was it more of hear it, feel it in your heart first? What did you learn from that to get better?
I think I learned to invoke more of the feeling. The technical stuff I think I kind of honed in as a teenager, but I think that I think I learned what it was that I really wanted to say and what type of message I wanted to put out into the world, and just the importance of the words that you choose to say, because words have a lot of power, as we all know. So that was probably the main thing that I think I really figured out was what do I really want to say? What's the legacy I want to leave on the world, through music and different things like that? That was probably the thing that I took the most.
And so what is that? What is that legacy and what is that message?
So right now I think my message is just that it's just be yourself and just really just own who you are, the highs and the lows of everything. Because for me, I just think that I look at a lot of entertainers and I see them, I feel like they're always performing, but they're not always just existing and being who they are. So my music, especially with my upcoming project, is I really just went back into a state of where am I right now? And creating in a quarantine pandemic.
Yeah.
Can't go outside, can't put on a mask. It'll force you to do that. You know, it'll force you to sit there and say like, okay, who am I right now today? When I wake up and look in the mirror and that's all I got, who am I in that moment? And yeah, that's what it's all about.
All right, big project. Talk about it.
Big project. The project is called While I Was Asleep. And again, just talking about being in like that shutdown state. I wasn't really like in the best mental state, but I also felt like I was kind of doubting myself because I wasn't able to go outside and get an immediate crowd reaction to a song right after I made it. So this project is called While I Was Asleep because it was like while I was sleeping on myself, this is the music I made. And then when I woke up, I realized like, oh, wow, I have something really strong here. So I'm really excited to share that. I'm performing it at Club Cafe on December 12th. It's going to be a super duper vibe. Shout out to Club Cafe. So glad that they're open. Right. Shout out to Maddie and Danny. I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to share it with everybody.
And will it just be you? Will you have a band with you? Is it a little of both?
It'll be myself and the band that I normally play with. So, yeah. So I produce all the music digitally, but then I work with my band and they interpret it. So we have a trumpet player, guitarist, bassist, drummer, and then DJ QRX, who's also a part of One Hood, plays the backing track.
I love it. I hate that I won't be here, but I'm so happy for you. You deserve the best.
So
continue to support all the support for you. The Rohrich Honda question of the day is inspired by you. If there was one performer or band that you could see live, who would it be?
Ooh.
At any cost.
At any cost?
Do you just keep adding other?
Right. Yeah, the any cost part is like.
And we have asked everybody, no matter what it costs, you would still go.
And I've seen a lot of good bands, but one bucket list. I don't know if this is a band, but I would like to see this person with the band is Jay-Z.
Oh, right.
I've never seen Jay-Z. I've seen a lot of my favorite rappers live in concert, but never seen Jay-Z. And he's my favorite rapper of all time. Yeah.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Come
There's
on now.
nothing I can't do.
Come on now.
There you go.
In New York.
Playing with me. I appreciate it. Where can everybody find you and follow you?
You can find me on my website, livefromthe.city. We are relaunching the website on 12/12. Got a lot of cool stuff on there. Make sure you sign up for all the cool things. Sign up for the newsletter. It's going to be a vibe. And yeah, all my information is on the website. So
we appreciate you so much. It is John and Rachel, your Jagoff Late Night.
What's up, everyone? It's Channing with Made in PGH, back at it again with the 4-1 to-dos here on your Jagoff Late Night. And this time I am bringing you all things Thanksgiving. I can't believe it's that time of year again. We are back at the holiday season, and at Made in PGH, we love to provide you with an itinerary for you to enjoy all of the different happenings that are going on in the city. So be sure to subscribe to our newsletter so you can get your weekend itinerary delivered right to your inbox every Friday. But let's get right into the 4-1 to-dos. So Thanksgiving themed eats and cocktails that you'll want to try, starting with the Thanksgiving burger and pumpkin pie shake at Burgatory. So they have this combo going on. I didn't try it yet, but our team member Chelsea did, and she said it is chef's kiss. Another honorable mention is the turkeyed up Thanksgiving grilled cheese at the Yard. And you have to try the fall pierogies at Pierogies Plus. They have apple pie, pumpkin pie, sweet potato, and Thanksgiving pierogies. So those have to definitely make it on your list. In one of our favorite places, Mi Empanada in Lawrenceville has their Thanksgiving turkey empanadas, which are absolutely amazing. So get there as soon as possible to try them before they run out. And Beaver Bagel is another great little gem in the town of Beaver. They have the gobbler or the stuffing biscuit. Both are amazing to try during this season. And for those who want to skip cooking altogether this Thanksgiving holiday, do not worry. We have a nice little lineup for you for the dine-in options or carry-out options. The Commoner has an amazing Thanksgiving buffet for you to dine in and enjoy, as well as Coast and Main and Revival on Lincoln. Catering or takeout options. Floor 2 has amazing catering. Pane Pronto in the Strip District has homemade pastries and things like that, but they also have a really great Thanksgiving meal kit for you to take home. And Bistro To Go has Thanksgiving pans for you to bring home to your family. And if you're taking your friends out for some Friendsgiving cocktails, be sure to check out Scratch & Co.'s new fall cocktail menu, as well as the Urban Tap and Rear End Gastropub. All of them have amazing brand new fall cocktail menus, so be sure to check those out. But that's all I have for you tonight on the 401 To-Dos. Thank you so much for tuning in to your Jagoff Late Night. Be sure to follow us at Made in PGH and visit us at madeinpgh.com, where you can subscribe to our weekly newsletter. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Cell phone lights up. Put your hands up. Put your phones up. Put your lights up. Lights up, phones up. Lights up, phones up. Hands up, phones up. Feel the energy. Feel the energy. Wave. Gotta get out of my head. Got to get out of my way. Whoa. Got to get rush with the universe. Had to take time out my day. Yo. But it don't matter if I was in dancing and singing on stage. I put my hand on my heart. I feel it people in praise. Had to get out of this place. You know what we supposed to fuck with all late.
That's it. It's the last real one
That's
for
it.
the. We're going to see the parade next week. In the meantime, we're going to be back at Green Tree in January every Friday evening.
Do you think they're going to think it's Jay-Z?
Yeah, I think so. It's John and Rachel, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Jag off.